Pradeep ji is asking, Dear Acharya ji, Khalil Gibran says, I have found both freedom and safety in my madness. The freedom of loneliness and the safety from being understood. For those who understand us, enslave something in us. Now this vexes him, puzzles him. He is saying, so far I have been knowing that if somebody really understands you, he will support your freedom. But Gibran is saying something different. He is saying those who understand us enslave something in us. Now what is this contradiction? And what is this thing that is enslaved? Thank you. Pranam. Pradeep ji, a fundamental law. That which you can predict, you can also control. And that which you can control, obviously, will enslave. Here, when Gibran says that those who can understand you will also enslave you, by understanding, he means those who can crack your code, those who can decode you, those who can realize your patterns, those who can put a finger on your triggers, they will become your masters. They will enslave you. What is it in you that can really be comprehended by the other one? Obviously, your formless, thoughtless, spaceless, timeless, true self is not available to be understood by the mind. It is not something that the mind can make sense of. Yet there is a fellow who comes to you and says, brother, I understand you. Now, what is the understanding? What is the understanding really? Is your heart something that the other's mind can understand? Gibran has used the word understanding here in the same loose sense as the world uses it. When you say I have understood something, you mean that you have comprehended it. You mean that you have been able to extract a meaning out of it. That is what you mean when you say that you have understood something. You are talking to someone, he gives you some information. And how do you reply? I understand. What do you mean by this understanding? All you mean is that my mind has been able to comprehend what you have said, to decode what you have said, to put in my own language what you have said. That is the usual meaning of understanding. Gibran is taking the word in its usual meaning. So someone comes to you and says, I understand you. It's a very dangerous statement for you. It means the fellow is now on top of you. For what does he understand? He has understood probably the mechanisms of your body. He has understood probably the conditioning of your mind. Now he knows what can be done to you to extract benefit. And obviously, one's mind is always looking for benefit because the mind is insecure. All of us are hunters, predators, looking at the others as opportunities. And if the other is available to be exploited, We have no option but to exploit him. That is our own inner compulsion, our own deep insecurity. Because we are hunters, we will have to hunt. And why are we hunters? Because we feel there is no inner source of nourishment within us. So we must hunt. We must get something from the outside. Nothing of the heart fulfills us. So we are looking outside. Get him, exploit him, be on top of him, extract something from him, be attached to him. How are you hunted? How is an animal hunted? When it can be located. And what can be located? Its body. The moment the body of the animal is located, the animal becomes susceptible to the hunt. If the other can locate your body, you are gone. If the other knows how to make you laugh, he is your master. If the other knows how to make you cry, he is your master. If the other can make you lonely, he is your master. And if the other can make you feel fulfilled, he is your master. If the other can do anything to you without your permission, without your consent, as if you are a machine, then he is your master. And look at our lives. Others have all the mastery over us. And if you don't believe me, ask an advertiser. He'll tell you. They know what to do to you on Diwali. They very well know, and they'll succeed, like every year they do. They know your touch points. They know your number. And they know how to dial. They know how to catch you by the scruff. They know where your ponytail is. They know where your vital organs are. They know where you are most excitable, most susceptible. They'll touch you right there. They've got you. Like a clever fighter who knows where the weak points of the opponent are, he hits right there. Like the hoary murderer who does nothing but cut the jugular vein. He won't unnecessarily dabble with adventure. He just cuts the jugular. That's why the wise one, the realized one, has also been called as the master of himself. Indriyajit, one who has conquered his senses. If you do not conquer your senses, the others will use your senses to conquer you. Either conquer yourself, or you will find that you are allowing this self to be used to conquer you. That is why we have said that a Mahavir is the one who turned inwards, conquered himself, and is hence no more amenable to be conquered. He is Mahavir. You cannot conquer him now. He is self-conquered. Who can beat him? There must always be something mystical about you. There must something be about you that the world can make no sense of it. There must always be something about you that the world can make no sense of. Then you are free. If the world can track your patterns, then the world gets you. You must always be a little unsolvable. Or not deliberately. Don't start acting mad. That would be cheap. And not even mad. There must be something in your being that arouses wonder in the other. The other must look at you as if there is something more to you than meets the eye. The other one must feel like continuing to look at you, as if there is something left to understand. I want to look more at you. I still haven't got you fully. That's what. If you are full inside, the other can never get you fully. Fullness is not something that the little mind can lay its hand on. Your life must be such that you must be able to spring a surprise now and then. You must not be very predictable. Your game must not be very deterministic. Now and then the beyond must arise in you. And the world must be left spellbound. Sometimes mystified, sometimes captivated. Sometimes even a little hurt. All right, traumatized. Why must you bother? But you must be an entity that is a little outside of the world. Your life must be steeped in the unfathomable. Even your near ones must not be able to make out fully what you are. It's not bad at all if your mother is found saying, oh well, I can't be too sure of her ever. Her ways are quite random, This randomness, as the world perceives it, is of great importance. Sometimes when you start speaking, it must confuse the other. The other must feel a little bewildered. Where is the whole thing coming from? It must appear to him that it's not really your voice, as if the voice is coming from some other distant land. He must feel both enchanted and scared, as one feels upon encountering a most handsome ghost. Or a very seductive witch. You see, we are so impoverished that these are the kind of appellations we can have for God. A handsome ghost, a seductive witch. That's our life. That's the best that we have to offer to divinity. But it's fine, because at least these tributes are real. They might be imperfect, but they are real. As you sit in this room, sometimes the other must feel as if you are only half inside this room. As if some part of you is never within any room. As you look at someone, the other must sometimes get a feel as if you are looking past him. He must ask you, are you looking at me or past me, like an X-ray machine or something? Are you looking at my face, or are these eyes piercing right into my heart? It's a very charming feeling, when someone looks right at your heart. It's terrible as well. Depends on your heart. When your body is with someone, the other must feel as if you are away. And when your body is away, the other must feel as if you are still with him. Long after you are dead and gone, others must talk of you as if you are still alive. They must not say that he used to say that truth is supreme. They must rather say, he says that truth is supreme. They must speak as if you are still alive. Do we say, Krishna said to Arjun? If we say that, then we do not know Krishna. We say, Krishna says, as if Krishna is still alive. That's the kind of life you must live. Long after you are gone, people should talk of you as if you are still there. If you are alive only when you are alive, then anybody can kill you. If you would be alive even after you are dead, then you are immortal and nobody can control you and hence nobody can kill you. Those who claim that you belong to them must continuously keep getting a feeling that you do not belong to anybody. And when strangers look at you or listen to you, they must feel as if you are family. And when your family starts feeling desperate about owning you, they must realize that you can be had only by being a stranger. If the root of relationship, if the root of blood, if the root of ownership and possession is used to come to you, then the attempt will fail. But if the root of understanding and love and surrender is used to come to you, then strangely, the stranger succeeds. And it's not even only about the other. We have talked so much about how others should feel when they look to you. Even you must be a stranger to yourself. Quite often, when you speak, your own words must surprise you. You must not know where you are coming from. Frequently, when you look at the mirror, you must be taken aback. Whose eyes are this? Who is staring back at me? Who is looking at me from behind those eyes? Your own voice must appear unfamiliar to you. Your own actions must appear controlled by some power higher than you. You must not only be a stranger to yourself, you must also feel comfortable being a stranger to yourself. You must also not only not have possession of yourself, you must also feel comfortable giving away your possession to a power higher than yourself. That is called surrender. When that controls you, nobody else can control you. Be with the master and you won't be enslaved.